Okay, this is Willard Hedden. Today's date is March the 27th. We're on the 28th day of radiation treatment for vocal cord cancer. This is part 3. We left you off about a week ago with my dad's neck really in bad shape from radiation treatments. It was cracking and blistering, bleeding a little bit, causing him a lot of pain in the neck. We did a treatment with Dunsborough solution and bandages, got the skin soft, exfoliated the dead skin off, and actually it's looking a little bit better. He was having some nerve pains in the neck because of the skin tissue being broken down so much, and the nerves kind of getting exposed to that outside atmosphere is causing a lot of aggravation and discomfort. So he finally did start taking the hydrocodone with acetaminophen in it. It's a liquid form prescription. We had to stop the ibuprofen therapy because you cannot do them both at the same time, so it had to be one or the other. And he's taking, of course, the smallest amount possible, so that way he's still able to get around and still feel pretty good, not having any nausea or anything from it. So what he has on right now on his skin is, it's like Aquaphor that you buy at the drugstore. That's what the shiny presence is on the skin. And then before that, he has a topical 4% lidocaine that we bought from Desert Harvest. You can only purchase it online, and it's a cream with a 4% lidocaine in it to help ease the pain. How well does that work, Dad?
Partially.
Partially. He's still using the gargle for the interior of his throat, which is the lidocaine, Benadryl, and Maalox. He gargles with that. He's using the topical lidocaine, and he's also taking the hydrocodone. So his pain has intensified. So we're just trying to keep that under control. Eating, how much are you eating?
Almost nothing.
Almost nothing. We saw the doctor yesterday. Actually, it was the ear, nose, and throat doctor, not the oncologist. And he has a sore that's in his mouth. We treated it at home over the weekend with some Ambisol, but they gave him a new prescription for that. The doctor said that the skin cells that are dividing are breaking down, are getting harmed by the radiation. So that's a possibility that's going to continue in the next week or so. So they gave him a mouthwash that he swishes around 4 times a day and then swallows it. So hopefully we can prevent any type of bacteria or fungus or whatever that particular thing is that happens when you are taking radiation treatments for cancer. I guess it happens quite often to a lot of people. So that's the next concern. We don't want to let that get out of control, like the neck, because we've got about, this is the 28th day, and you have 35 days to that makes it complete. So you got 7 days left. So the rest of this weekend, the partial of next week. So what you got to say there, mister? Anything?
Well,
You got anything that you need to say?
I can understand why people overdose on those opioids.
Mm-hmm.
the pain does not go away, and they just keep taking more and more. I'm doing the same thing.
Right.
I'm only up to 8.
Mm-hmm. And you resisted for as long as you could. You did a great job resisting it, but then it becomes to a point where you can't talk yourself out of being hurt or mind over matter it. So you have to get some help with medication. And does that 8 milliliters of that medication, does it make the pain go away, or does it just lessen it?
Nothing makes the pain go away. 8 millimeters keeps it so I can stand it.
Right. The prescription says to take up to 15 milliliters every 4 to 6 hours, but he's taking 8 milliliters every
Twice a day.
Just twice a day, because he wants to continue to be able to drive, which he's doing that, driving himself to his appointment still, and doing things that he needs to do on a daily basis. Doesn't want to just get in the bed and never get up. So he's able to function with the 8 milliliters. Keeps the pain a little lowered, but it does not make it go away at all. I don't know how much weight he's lost as of this week. Do you know? Did they tell you how much weight you've lost? Yeah, I would have to check his digital records, but
Probably 10 pounds.
yeah, he's probably lost 10 pounds. And anything else that we can think of that's happened? Last week was a bad week. With the pain and discomfort. That's why we were not back on after we did that Dunsborough treatment. He just wasn't in the right mind for having to deal with me putting a camera in his face. So
Every week gets worse.
every week gets worse. But he's almost through the last 2 weeks, and then we can get on the other side of this. Anything else you can think of that you want to share?
If I could snap my fingers and terminate my life, I would do it.
No, he would not. That's just the pain talking today, and for a week's worth of pain. And you remember, if you look back at the previous videos, you'll see that he did not have this disposition at that time. So the deeper you get into it, the worse it gets. The more you question, I'm sure, why you're doing it, and is it ever going to get any better? So it will. They keep reassuring us every time we go to the doctor that it will get better. So we're banking on it. They said that he's going to like the doctor a lot better a year from now, when he's all past this and it's all healed up, and he doesn't have to think about it anymore. So his food intake is very, very, very minimal. His liquid intake is minimal. I'm surprised when he went to the doctor. He was not, they said, dehydrated. I was surprised because I've seen, unless he's closet eating and drinking, which I doubt that very much, he's really not eating or drinking a whole lot, which really isn't a good idea. We're trying to keep from having to go for an IV or anything else. So probably doing a lot of praying, right? Me too. It's the only thing we can do.
A lot of people are doing a lot.
Lots of people are praying for him. That's right. So this is the end of our part 3 segment. Hopefully in a week or so we'll be a lot better. We'll let you know how it progresses in the next 8 days. So he'll be getting finished with his treatment prior to his birthday, but after Easter. So he'll be smiling a little bit better back by then, hopefully. Okay, this is Willard, over and out.